Good morning, my peeps. So, this is the finished Mending Star quilt. It's got the two borders on it already. And today we're going to be working on Fabric Cafe's Quilt in a Jiffy landslide. So, I like to alter these patterns just a little bit and make it my own. And today I am using a panel. And I cut up my panel pieces, and these were panel pieces. I'll quickly show them to you. It's an old panel. I don't even know where it came from. I have a bucket of panels, and I just went into the bucket to see what I may use, and this kind of called out to me. So I started with these panel pieces. I cut them apart, and then I bordered them with an accent color to make it the size block that I needed for this pattern. And that would be this block right here. So again, I cut apart my panel, sashed it with border strips so that it would be this size, so it would fit in here. When I went into my bucket for looking for the panels, these are the two fabrics I pulled out, and they're each a yard cut each. So this one's a yard, and this one's a yard. And this is from Fran Morgan's new fabric line called Flower Power from Fabric Cafe. And so this was my inspiration first. So I took these two fabrics and brought them to my bucket, and then I found this panel. And I love how the little dots, the colors in the little dots, reflect the colors in this panel. And I wanted to bring in some richness of the blue from the borders, because each panel has that. It's outlined with this blue. And I decided the best way I could do it would be in here. So let's put you down. I'm sorry I'm not the best filming person. I know I've gotten some thumbs down because of it, but here we go. So I have a square, and I'm going to be making half square triangles. So this is a pretty easy pattern to follow. Most of their patterns are very easy to follow, and you can accomplish it in a few hours. So the white one, my background fabric, and in this case I actually changed it up. So theoretically in the pattern, this would be fabric 3 and this would be fabric 2, and my panels would be fabric 1. So, which is my focus fabric. So fabric 1 is still the panel, but this is actually fabric 3. I flipped them, and this is fabric 2, because in the pattern, fabric 2 borders the quilt, and I actually wanted my quilt bordered with the dark blue instead of the light, because all my panels here, if you notice, are kind of bordered with this dark blue. So I wanted to mimic that. So when I make my half square triangles, I drew a line down the center, and because this is such a big piece, I am going to go ahead and pin it just to kind of keep it a little bit more stable. And I find that it's a little bit easier to manage as well. Of course, I want to stay away from the single line, because that is not my sewing line, but the line that I'll be stitching 1/4 inch from either side. So I'm going to set my machine to 1/4 inch. I have it set. I'm going to bring this down. I am going to follow the edge of my foot, because this is a perfect scant 1/4 inch, is going to go across this line. And you want to make sure that you do take your time and not wobble and sew a straight line. And then I'm going to put this around. I like to lift this, my needle up and my presser foot and pull this out a little. And then come in here again. Set it so you have it set on the line. And this is a great way to practice a perfect straight scamped quarter-inch sew line. All right. So I have this. Now, of course, you can go ahead and chain piece this. You don't have to do singly. We could come in and grab our next one, and I'll show you that real quick. But I know you don't want to sit here and watch me sew all these. And then you can add your next one. So that's step 1 of doing this quilt. So actually step 2. Step 1 was finding the panel you want to use, border it or sash it so that you can get it to the size in the pattern. That was my step 1. My step 2 was then marking a line on my stack of half square triangles I need to make and sewing them. And once you sew them, you would come in, and as you can see, I have a sew line. Let's see, turn on this. I think that might be better. I have a sew line on either side. Now I'm going to come in, take off my pins so I don't stab myself. And I take a pair of scissors, but you can certainly go and take a rotary cutter to this. It's really a preference. I just didn't want to get up to cut it. Once you cut it apart, you have a beautiful half square triangle. And that, after I do them all, that'll be my part 2. I'm going to go into part 3. So part 3 is using my design board, putting them up, sewing my blocks together, and then bordering my quilt. So see you in a bit. Again, take care. Have a lovely day. Please like and subscribe. I'm a new channel maker, content maker, and I have so much to give and so much to do, and I hope to make this as enjoyable for anyone possible. Have a great day. Bye.